You're watching The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
Family as hell.
And my secret hookup when I ever need something.
Oh, I was about to say, what?
No, when I need something for the wife, you ask.
Wow.
That got crazy.
Wow.
Civil.
Never saw that rumor on KarenCivil.com. What up, KC?
We made Karen so awkward already this morning. The camera guy from Revolt, Steve, actually asked me to hook him up with Karen. Is she single? And I said, boy, get out of here. Karen is out of your league.
That is a fact.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. He was nice, though.
So, yeah.
Have you ever had to tell a guy that? Like, nah, you're just not in my league.
You don't say that.
No, you don't really say that because it's, like, rude, but...
We'll say it in the group text.
Yeah, I definitely put them in a group text and
Damn it,
screenshot
man.
stuff. I just try to be polite.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I try to just keep a line of communication, friendship, whatever, but I just try to be polite.
I saw you tweet out when you're different, never let them treat you the same. That's kind of in the same vein.
Yeah, because, you know, I'm at a place now where it's just like, I have to accept it. You know, just how I move, who I am for so long. I'd be like, you know what, let me condense this. Let me not speak of who I am and my strengths and what I'm doing. I would just downplay my success in so many different relationships. And just like when I speak to people or go out on dates, but I'm like, I'm not doing that no more. I'm happy about my accolades. I'm happy about what I'm doing with my career, my personal life. So it's just like, I'm different and I've accepted it and I'm okay with it. And
So why would you do that, though? You wanted to fit in, or you didn't want to feel bigger or better than the person you were dating?
I don't know. You guys probably got to tell me. The male ego is very
I
fragile.
was going to say, I think that's a woman thing. I think a lot of
Yeah.
times as women, we do downplay
our success.
our success all the time because you don't want to feel like you're bragging. You don't want to feel like you're intimidating. You don't want people to feel like,
That's the
oh,
thing.
she thinks she all that. And even on social media, like I feel like a lot of things I do, I don't like to talk about it because I don't want people to think, oh, she over here, trying to stunt.
You know, I just always want people when they see me, it's just I'm a very humble person. And just even when I talk about like my success or what I'm doing, just, I don't know, for a very long time, I just would just hide it.
I don't want you to hide it. I want you to floss. I want you to pull up in the Rolls Royce. I want you to pay for dinner. I want you to pay for vacation. You know what I'm saying? Pay for the choppers, all that good stuff.
You're different.
You're different.
Oh, baby.
That's gonna be
Live
the
your
bird.
best life. Go ahead, boo. I'm with you. I'm supporting you. Okay?
But yeah, other guys aren't really necessarily like that. But now I'm okay with it. Now I'm like, oh, all right. I'm just gonna be Karen. I've accepted who I am, and it's time that they accept it too.
True.
Yeah.
Now, you got a new show on Complex.
Yes.
Now, talk about this show. What's it called? Good Looking Out?
It's called Good Looking Out. I'm really excited about it. I actually met the producer, Cameron Mack, when I was doing something for Complex about 3 years ago. It's probably the second time I came up here. I had them follow me around. I did a Complex Hustle feature. So I met him, and, we stayed in touch, and he reached out to me. He was like, hey, I have this show. It's kind of like Shark Tank, but it's more for like young entrepreneurs, millennials. And I said, I'm with it. And we taped the first season, which was 6 episodes. We bring in entrepreneurs who just need advice on their business, how to get to the next level. And then I have my guest is an expert who's in that field to help them. So we had our first episode last week, which was really great.
That's why Gary Vee was on there.
Gary Vee was on there. They was really excited. Ryan Leslie. And then this week we had Kevin Lyles.
Oh, dope.
Yeah.
So what made you finally do that? Because I know a lot of people have been trying to get you on TV for a minute. What made you finally be like, you know what, I'm going to do this?
I mean, just speaking with Cameron, this just made sense. This was just right up my alley. I'm all for entrepreneurship, young millennials, helping them get to the next place. So this just made sense more than just the standard like TV show or talk show.
Are you shooting in New York or LA?
No, we're shooting in New York. So we already taped the first season.
First season's done.
Yeah.
So you snuck in here to New York, didn't tell nobody.
Because it was just like 2-a-days. It was just filming, and then just went back and just came back this week.
So how did this mesh with the Karen Civil brand?
It just makes sense because I'm all for entrepreneurship. It falls in line with like my Always Civil business and just who Karen Civil is. So it just made sense.
Give us an example of some of the entrepreneurs that we're going to see, like what kind of businesses?
This week we have a rapper on who's from New Jersey. And it's very interesting because it's like he didn't know Kevin Lyles was going to be there. And this is like your shot. The last person he signed from Jersey was Fetty Wap. And I thought the kid was going to be it. He wasn't, no offense, he wasn't that great.
He wasn't it?
Yeah, he wasn't it.
Damn it, man.
That makes me really want to watch it now, too.
He was like nervous and he was giving us like the back end, like kind of sob story. But I was like, man, it's Kevin Lyles. You know how many people will want this shot? But we have another gentleman who like does the lace fronts for men.
Woo, lace fronts for men.
Not interested.
He's like, not
Okay,
interested.
now hold
front for
on.
men,
Do you
so-
think that's a good idea? Lace fronts for men.
I mean, depending, like if you have alopecia or something, you know, there are kids whose hair are thinning out and stuff like that, and they want to fit in. But then it's just if you're going bald and say you just want to fro
I'm
or
glad
high
you
top.
sound like
I don't know if
she's
you
the right
know
Charlamagne.
that.
Guys, if you think you don't have a shot with Karen Civil now, get a lace front wig and then watch what happens. All right? I just couldn't do that as a man.
Wait, how do the lace fronts look for men?
It might look alright though. Think about it. You don't know what girls, you don't know what females half the time.
But it looked like it was really good. But the thing is, it's like, how do you shower? It's just a lot of
You could take it
upkeep.
off.
You gotta take it home
Right.
at night.
No,
Can you
he
take a
has-
shower cap?
Yeah, but think if it starts raining, he's like, you couldn't really get it too wet.
Or what if
Couldn't
you're
really
playing
do
in the
That's a
NBA
little crazy
playoffs?
now.
Yeah, so I'm like, so you can't really, men go to the gym and sweat and you playing basketball. I was like, it's going to slip off. What happens? It's not like the standard one for women where we can do more with it. That one
Lace
was
fronts
just,
aren't supposed to be worn out in public for women either, though, right? That's for like the stage and TV, right?
yeah, but it depends. It depends what you're comfortable with. This, to me, is just like, if you have like alopecia, it's young kids who are going through hair loss and stuff like that, or cancer. I thought it was incredible.
Yeah, I think that's
But-
great. That might give people confidence.
I feel like Jamie Foxx got a whole wall of lace front wigs, like snapbacks. I feel like he got a whole wall.
Flat top today
He
season.
did that on Annie. Remember on Annie? He had his lace front sitting on the mannequin's head. You don't remember that? Oh, y'all ain't never seen Annie? Y'all never saw the new version of
I
Annie?
didn't see that.
Oh, yeah,
I didn't
yeah,
see
yeah.
that.
Definitely.
But what
did.
about the Beijing? Don't you guys use that?
Nope.
Isn't that what it's called, Beijing?
I don't use none
Beijing
of
can
that
really
stuff.
mess your head up. It could give you like.
I thought that was for the beard.
No, you can use it for your head. If you see like
okay.
a lot of people get bumps from Beijing because it could really
Okay.
affect your head bad.
As a matter of fact, some people's whole face swells up if they are
Yeah, your
allergic.
face could swell up. You got to go to the hospital for that.
So the
Really?
lace front might
Yeah,
be a...
Beijing, like, it's
That's an
bad
awful
for
reason to
people.
have to go to the hospital. So a lace front might actually be better because then you don't have to worry about things like that.
Yeah, I'm excited for people to see the episode so they can just see they can see the different people who are just, it's different companies from fashion to there were some kids who had like a food truck. So it's just it's different entrepreneurs. So I'm
Anything
really
you would
excited.
invest in, you saw? That you thought was, okay, this is phenomenal.
It was this one dude who had this sneakers, and basically it can turn into, it starts at a low top, it kind of looked like a van, and then it can go into like a mid top and a high top, just to condense space, like when you're traveling and you don't want to carry much shoes, or say during the day you start out with one look and by the end of the evening you can have like a dress shoe and different things like that. I thought that was creative. He just still had to work out the aesthetics of the shoe because it was like way too many zippers. I don't want to, without giving away the whole show, but I thought that was innovative and really cool, just to save space and just, you know, for people who have like financial restraint and things like that, and say like your kid,
You have like 4 sneakers in
yeah,
one.
you have
Four
four
sneakers
sneakers
in
in
one,
one to kind of save money on a parent too.
This show is like a natural fit for you though, because it's like you came up kind of like the same way through like a would you call it a contest?
Yeah, through Angie Martinez, through an apprentice contest, and it just, to me, it just made sense. So I'm so happy to be doing it with Complex. I just feel like everything is just kind of merging together. Mark Echo was a client of Always Civil, so being able to, you know, he's a Complex, and just I met Gary Vee through you, so it's like meeting Cameron. I came up here to do an interview thing with Complex Hustle, so it's just like everything is just coming together.
Is it more lucrative for you personally to be in front of the camera or behind it?
That's hard. I'm kind of playing both roles now, but that's a little bit hard. I do like a lot of the behind the scenes, get things moving, and I don't always have to dress up and do X, Y, Z, but I do like being in front of the camera, having, you know, letting people see my opinion and having that dialogue.
All right.
And yeah.
Who else you working with now? You know, you got a lot of jobs.
I'm just pretty much just focusing on just the Karen Civil brand and just like Live Civil, continuing to grow that. We have our 2nd annual Live Civil Day coming up in June, which I'm really excited about, in Elizabeth. And then obviously we have the event at the Barclays. So it's just the philanthropy, education part of Live Civil, and just continuing to grow the Karen Civil brand.
What's the event at the Barclays?
You've never been.
Karen Civil Day.
Karen Civil
Yeah.
Day,
I see
Angie
y'all
was-
being all humble. It's
I've been.
Karen Civil Day. Let them know what it is.
Yeah, Angela was me last year for
Last
a
year
little
they
bit.
mistook me for a Karen Civil.
Yeah, I
Oh,
was.
that was so
yeah,
funny.
Was that
I was
funny?
late. Yeah, I was late, and they kept saying, "You got to get in your seat. You got to get in your seat." I was like, "Yo, I'm still getting dressed because my flight was. I missed my flight, and then I took the next flight. You know how it is coming from LA." So Ange was sitting there, and I was like, "Go ahead, do what you got to do."
What time did you get there?
She was upstairs.
I was upstairs. I was there. I
Seat.
just wasn't like dressed and stuff because I just
Gotcha.
came straight from the airport, so I had to get
So
myself
what really
together.
happened was they came over to me, right, and all the black people at the Barclays know me,
Yeah.
so they're like, "Oh yeah, we got to get you on camera." So they had the white guy that does it come over, and I guess he must have thought because they kept saying get her on camera.
Yeah.
They assumed he knew who I was.
Yeah.
And he just thought, well, this has to be Karen Civil.
Yeah.
So
He was
It's
like,
a
"All right,
Davies
Karen."
and Karen What?
I was like, all right, no, I'll be
So
Karen.
so many people were sending to me like, "Yo, that's your doppelganger." I was like, "Yep, yeah."
Did they at least get it right later?
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
They did it right.
Yeah.
Man, I'm about to get them Karen Civil checks.
Did you ever have people try to keep you from like learning the game, or I didn't want to give you the game?
Yeah, you definitely get that. People want you to be, I say this a lot, people want you to be good, not great. You know, they don't want to necessarily connect you. They don't want to do certain things because they feel like you're good. Like, this person's good. I don't have to help them. I don't have to do this. That's why it's just I move the way I do. I don't care if it looks like whoever has something, I'll still reach out. Like, even just, you know, I don't necessarily have like a connection to your wife, but it's just like if I can connect her and do whatever, I will. So it's just it's all about a sharing process, and that's just where I am with my life, just making sure I'm able to share the content and connections and things so people can grow and just be cool.
So what about those people who didn't give you game in the past? What if they come back around to Karen now and they need your assistance? Do you give it to them?
I'm doing energy checks now. It's just like I don't know if like I want that energy around me, so it's just like either a yes or no. And a lot of times now it's just been no. I don't want to give you that energy. I don't want to give you that commitment, that time, because it's not coming from a malice or negative place, but it's an energy check. I just don't have the energy for it.
Now we
so
watched
limited
you
time.
go from being an intern to being Karen Civil, the brand. What are some tips that you would give young people out there that are following you and saying, I want to do what Karen does? What are some tips that you would give them to get to where you got to right now?
A big thing for me is never putting a time limit on your success. Now with social media, everybody's getting all this attention very fast. Like the 15 seconds now is just quick, you know. So it's just people are like, oh, I started my business 3 months ago. It's not growing. I'm like, okay, it hasn't been a year. It hasn't been 2 years. You got to give yourself time to develop. But just everyone is looking at what the next person is doing, how the next person is running their race, that they're getting off track.
I always say that people are very impatient on waiting for they think their success should happen really quickly, and they don't understand the hard work and time that goes into it.
It's a very microwavable age right now, where it's just everything is just fast. I need it because the way we're moving in technology and stuff like that. But they assume it's the same things with their like career or them being entrepreneurs. It's just like I need it right away. And it doesn't necessarily mean anything there. And another thing is, you know, people put so much value behind like followers and engagement and stuff like that when that necessarily shouldn't be it. You know, there could be somebody who has 3 million followers. We see it all the time. There are artists who have 3-4 million followers, but they can't really necessarily sell an album.
Right.
Or, you know, it's the same thing with being like a, I guess like an influencer. I don't get too caught up in just, I need to do this. I need to sell this. I need to sell the shake weight or whatever. And just, no, I just keep it very organic. And it's another thing is being true to yourself. I know every dollar is not a good dollar. You shouldn't necessarily associate your brand with everything. And every check is not a good check. So it's just saying no. So I just live by the standards of never stepping over a dollar to pick up a nickel. And for me, that's like devaluing my brand, something I shouldn't be aligning with just because it's a paycheck. That's
why we've never seen you do flat tummy tea.
Yeah, I mean, not to knock anybody who does it. That's like their thing, but it's just no. It don't get me skinny.
No
it don't
waist trainers.
it don't necessarily do anything for me. Like I push things that I naturally wear, and that's just makes sense for me that I would want the everyday person to buy. So it's just like with my career, I wanted people, like my big thing is people to pay me to be myself. So if I'm naturally gonna go on this vacation, I partner with that hotel or with that agency or that PR firm who may be working with them because I was going to go anyway. So let me showcase in this way with my clothes and just with anything that I do. It's just I want to be a walking advertisement, but a walking advertisement in the sense of things that I naturally like.
What's the last thing you turned down?
Probably one of the things you mentioned. I was like, because they said, hey, you're not responding back. I'm like, the first 15 times I'm not.
Nah, they go hard too.
Like, yo, tell me you've been flat, all right? You've been seeing me the past couple of years.
Now, with the Me Too movement so strong, you know, going in this industry, have you had to deal with that a lot at all?
Definitely did.
How far did somebody try to go, or?
I think it's more of a respect thing. Just being a woman. It hasn't been too much sexual, but it's just being a woman and people listening to your ideas. I've literally said something and had like a male counterpart say it. They're like, "Oh man, you heard what he said?" I'm like, "Yeah, I said that 15 minutes ago," but it just sounds different, or it sounds more pleasing to the ear for some reason when it comes out of a man's mouth. But that's pretty much what I've dealt with a lot. But I'm just trying to always look at the glass half full. And not letting other people's like negative connotations of what they think my life should be or where I should be in my success and things like that, like devalue me or make me feel any type of way. So I try not to give it as much attention as I want, and really pretty much just now I'm at a point I'm teaching people how to treat me with every aspect of my life.
It's interesting though, because it's rare you see carrying civil beef with another woman. Like, women don't really have problems with you. It's always the guys coming at you for some reason.
It's definitely the guys, of course. You know, I'm in a male-dominated field. You know, I had my things with like I think like some other bloggers and things like that, but we always work it out. Because coming in, you know, sometimes people see you as a threat. And granted, that's usually what happens when you're another female. It's like we're always taught it can only be one female, but the guys, it can be a million of y'all. Right. But now I'm just at a place like I try to do business with them, extend the olive branch, so people just know it's like it's not negative vibes for me. I want everybody to win. I want us all to do well, because I feel like when it's more of us at the table, it creates more opportunities.
If you hear somebody says something negative about you, right, and it's still a business opportunity, would you still work with that person? Like if you heard that they were saying certain things about you and devaluing you behind your back, but then they come to you like, hey, yeah, so.
Energy check. Nope. I'm good. I'm like, keep that same energy. Keep that same energy, sis. And that goes for guys too. Keep that same energy. That same energy like you had when discussing me. Keep that same way. So, yeah, it's just energy checks.
Is the blog business still lucrative?
Yeah, very. Like now I've gone to a place, obviously music is changing. Now it's more into an entertainment space, working a lot with like production companies, PR and stuff like that. But yeah, the blog business is still very lucrative. My site still makes a lot of money. I have 2 events for it tomorrow. So it depends how you move. Like as long as you're curating content for it, you're good. But if you're just posting music, you're probably still getting some ads, some clicks, but everything is just so fast. Now, you know, Twitter lets you can watch a video on Twitter. You can listen to music. You don't have to leave platforms anymore. So you just have to continue to give people a reason to continue coming to your site.
Remember when blogs used to you only had to update daily?
Yeah.
That's
good old days.
That's because of Instagram and Twitter.
Yeah.
Updating constantly. Now you're competing with that.
Yeah.
What is hard for blogs a lot right now is people are going on social media sites that they're on anyway.
Yeah.
So it's trying to get them to translate those clicks over to your actual website. Because
you think now someone, say like a DJ Academics, he doesn't necessarily have a site, but he's considered a blog because he has his Instagram and his YouTube and that video game program thing he uses.
Twitch.
Yeah, Twitch. Yeah. So it's like he has that. So he's a different type of blogger. There's so many different lanes for it now, but as long as you're curating content, people will continue to come to you, and you just have to find a way to monetize that. So that's just what I continue to do. So it's just like my biggest thing is curating content, hosting and stuff like that.
Yeah, how do you monetize it if you don't have a home base? You don't own those platforms like
you
Instagram
can with Twitch, though.
Twitch and YouTube and all
Twitch,
that.
Yeah, but when you're on like Instagram, like she can be wearing something or going somewhere and get paid to post something that she would be doing anyway. So now I'm getting paid.
Yeah, Instagram is not like.
You have to put #ad though.
Yeah, for certain things I don't. I do tags because it's very organic. But 95% of my Instagram is usually an ad. But it's, again, very organic. I don't push it out there or whatever the case may be. It's not my everyday life.
And that's very lucrative.
Yeah. So that's mainly why I log on. You're not
a lot of
these
beauty bloggers, and they make so much money
from that.
Like just millions of dollars.
You put that link up there. It's just like I started my online course with my partner Christian for the Live Civil University. And that's all just pushed through my Instagram story. and it does very well. And my Instagram I just use for a lot of like clothing advertising and stuff like that, and events and things like that. But yeah, it's very lucrative. With somebody like Academics or like a Baller Alert, they do advertising.
Fashion Nova.
Yep, they do advertising. Yeah, they do a lot of advertising, and it works in their favor.
Mm-hmm. Now let me ask you. People always ask me this, right? Mm-hmm. How do they get that blue check on Instagram? Because Karen used to be that hookup for that. I remember you hit me up like, yeah. And people ask me that. I'm like, I don't know how they decide, because there's people that pay for that. There's people out there.
Now it's hard. They used to like give me the green light.
Somebody said they could get it for me for $1,500. I'm like, what? That sounds crazy.
Now they kind of just pick and choose. They pick and choose who they think needs it, depending on their like notoriety, if there are other fake pages, so just people know. But before they used to just give me the green light. They kind of slowed down now because they're trying to figure out who deserves it, who needs. Because certain people don't. Mm-hmm. Like you kind of just know, but they're focusing more on like their top tier people.
Karen has saved quite a few of your favorite people's Instagram pages too.
Yeah, Charlamagne hits me with those. He was like, yo. When you know it's a yo coming, it's like, yo. Yeah. He's like, yo. People I don't even know. He's like, yo, this is their name. Get it back. I'm like,
please.
Yeah.
Please. Who is Karen Civil inspired by at this point?
Really, it's just my peers. I get excited when you send me like books to read and just affirmations. Angela is always great. Not to leave you out, Envy, but
Envy don't do nothing.
Envy be getting cars.
Nah, it is just like
got 30 jobs.
It's to show like you can kind of micromanage it all. Mm-hmm. That's what he basically shows us. Who else is there? I think it's pretty much just like my peers, people around me. I have a great core group of friends: Lori, Ming, just so many different people. Just my friends. Just really just my friends. I'm just really just excited to just have relationships with them. And
speaking of relationships, what's going on in Karen Civil's dating life now? What have you decided? Because in the past you've been very well. At certain times, you don't mind being open about who you're dating. What's that like now? Because your Instagram page has changed a lot. Yeah,
I just now my Instagram is focused more on business. It's not really too personal. Like you don't see my everyday, you don't see my family and things like that. That's just who I am. I've always been a quiet, closed off person, but then I tried to bring my world into that, and I don't want to do that anymore. Mm-hmm. So, I'm dating.
Okay, so Steve, our camera guy, don't have a chance.
Yeah, nah. I mean,
so what kind of guys are you in a relationship, or are you just dating? And what kind of guy are you
Would you date a white
for?
guy?
Yeah, no, I have before.
Okay.
Like,
really?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah, they just age quick, No offense.
God, Karen.
No offense. Ooh, like milk, baby.
What kind of
guy? Get out after a while. Like,
I'm like,
like the way this is going.
After 34, they start to look.
You're looking for now. What's your ideal man?
I don't like to put that out there because it's just like, I had like a type. People like, oh, Karen, you got a type. I try not to do the type anymore. So
what was that? What was that type?
I love dark skin with a beard.
Okay.
But like, I'm over that type now. I'm not over it, but I'm just open to change and talking to different people. So yeah.
Shoot your shot, baby.
Yeah. If the white guy get a little bed, he might be all right.
And a tan.
But you know who is like fine.
Karen about to shoot a
shot.
Jax from what was this show? It was like a biker show. His name was Jax Teller.
I don't know who
Jax
that is.
Teller from a biker show.
Yeah,
this guy.
Ooh, Jax Teller. Yeah, Sons of Anarchy.
Oh,
I knew he would know. I knew he would know back there.
Because he thinks he's fine too.
No, he is fine. But Sons of Anarchy, Jax Taylor. Look at his updated photos.
Look, I looked up Jax Teller
by
accident. Look what came up. I was like, whoa.
That's his real name?
No, that is him.
That's him?
That's him on the show. He wore like white tees and oversized jeans and Air Forces.
Well, you think Charlamagne your type?
I didn't look. But Jax, if you out there, at Karen Civil is her Twitter, at Karen Civil is her Instagram, okay?
No, I really looked. He's like in a relationship. I was like, because he's LA based. I was like, I got a shot.
Really
I looked because he's not really on the gram or any of that. I was like, this could be a situation.
Yeah, you got a little girl, but
yeah.
So Karen's single? You single?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
yeah. It's you saying it like it's a bad
Because all
thing.
you women that got y'all shit together, it's tough for y'all.
No, it's
I'm telling you, women that got their shit together, it's tough for them out here, man.
No, it definitely is, but there's a reason. There's more. It's a reason. It's more like Hondas on the road than Bentleys. It's just like. Like I'm not like I know I'm foreign, so I'm taking my time with it. Everybody can't get in, so I'm okay.
True.
So I'm okay. I'm looking at the glass half full and just remembering that.
I love it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we look forward to seeing this new show.
When is Good Looking Out start?
It started already, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So second episode was 2 days ago. It's every Wednesday at 11 a.m. on Complex.
Salute to Complex.
All right. Well,
Yes.
thank you for joining us.
Yes, and
thank
if
you.
you want to be on the next season, make sure you hit Karen Civil up with your idea because maybe you'll make it onto the show.
Yeah, I need you guys on the next season too. We got to get a DJ up there, probably a writer for Charlamagne, somebody who wants to own like a juice bar for Ange. So I need you guys up there next season.
All right. Let's
You
do
know
it.
we're here.
Okay.
All right.
So you can't just sneak in town.
It's Karen Civil. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.